Welcome back. Today I'm just going to play some Blitz games just for fun, which I do every now and then because I have to remind myself that the whole reason I started playing chess was because it's supposed to be fun. Or at least it was for me until I got too serious with puzzle ratings and trying to keep my rapid score above 1200 and so on. Last time I selected 5+2, that was a little long for me. I'm going to go back to 3+2, and again, this is just for fun. I don't care if I win or lose. I am going to try my best, but I'm also going to try to get my Blitz rating back above 700. For crying out loud, it's 696, and I've been below 700 for a couple of months. I don't know how that happened. My bullet rating's above 1,000 and has been for a week or so. My rapid rating's 1,200. My daily rating is 1,300. Let's see if we can win a couple, or at least more than we lose. All right, let's click play. Am I recording? I am recording. Okay. Oh, and I got paired. I go first because I'm white. Oh, we're going to get the Caro-Kann Defense. I think I'll just do the exchange variation because I think it's easier and it results in a more even game. Okay, if they had taken back with the queen, I was going to get my other knight out. Okay, they're going to get that bishop out. I don't know if I want to trade that bishop just yet or not. Let's go here in castle. And we can try to put the rook on the e-file pointed at their king. I want to move this pawn up and get this knight out here, I think. Yeah, let's do that. It gives an extra layer of protection to my d-pawn. We'll work around this way. Eventually, I'll try to push some of those pawns forward and get my my dark squared bishop out on the queen side, I guess. Although I could put it out here now. No, well, now I can't. Wait, yes, I can. They just gave me that pawn. Can't I take it? That might be a trap, but I'm going to try it. Looks like they just gave me a pawn. Nope, they didn't. Yeah, they did just give me a pawn because now I'm going to bring the bishop back. I don't think I want to trade for their dark squared bishop just yet. I don't know. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. I think that just helps them develop. I'll go this way and then do what I said. Get this knight out here. Just because you can trade doesn't mean you should, but I often don't know when it's the best time to trade pieces. I am curious about my opponent putting their knight there, though. I mean, their pawn there, just giving me that pawn. Were they trying to do something here? I guess maybe they're thinking about castling this way and loading up their rooks on the g-file. If so, maybe I should push this pawn up and hide this dark squared bishop over here. Oh, they keep wanting to trade it, don't they? Let's see about that. I don't know if we want to trade just yet. Or maybe we do. Maybe we want to open up this rook. Maybe that's what we want to do. Am I doing okay on time? Okay, I've just checked my clock for the first time in this game. I'm a little ahead on time. Let's see if they're going to take that. They are taking their time. Maybe they're trying to decide, just as I was, whether they want to trade at this moment. They did not want to trade at this moment. Okay, now they're definitely wanting to line up here, but I think it's going to work out okay for me. Also, I'm going to hop this in here and see what they want to do this way. Oh, they wanted to take that? Okay, I'll take there. And now I have both my bishops, which may not be good because of this whole, let's see. And now their knight is pinned, and it looks like I'm going to win it. Unless they have something else up their sleeve, which they very well might. Yeah, they can take here with check, and then I couldn't take back. Oh, they found a way to defend it. Very nice. Okay, and I'm no longer a pawn ahead. Where did I lose a pawn? Oh, I lost that pawn right there. Well, that happens, doesn't it? How about, can I pin that knight and then take this one? But then they can always throw a bishop up, but then I could take that one. Let's see if that works. Oh, it didn't. Well, I don't know. Maybe it did. And then I'm just ahead a piece, and I've forked these two here. I think I'm doing well. But again, I often miss tactics, but I think I spotted that one, that knight was pinned. So I was able to trade off for the other knight that they had loaded up to protect it with. Oh, they gave up their queen. Okay. And now I'm threatening the rook, so it needs to move. It didn't. Oh, I'll take it then. And I don't think I'm worried about this over here, but I'm not sure. I'm going to... Ooh, I think they were thinking about putting their bishop here maybe. How about let's do this to prevent any bishop attacks. It looks like maybe I should... Oh, what should I do? If they push forward, I'm just going to push the other pawn forward, so I'm not too worried about that. Let's get the my queen on a dark square, and I am still slightly ahead on time, but yeah, I'm just going to push this... Oh, they wanted to do it that way. Okay, well, I now have an extra defender on that. I'm going to launch a pawn attack on their queen side. And again, when they push forward, I am going to, yeah, I'm just going to do that. And now their bishop can't come in here, and now they're not going to throw their rook at that, I don't think. But I need to figure out a way in here on that side. Maybe coming this way? And again, I'm going to try to keep my queen on dark squares just to be careful. Also, my king is on a dark square, so their bishop cannot do any damage to those two pieces. But I think that trade of the knight / bishop there in the center of the board worked out for me. My opponent looks like they may, oh no, I thought they were going to let the rest of their time run out. They are not. Oh, I could have just checked, but that's okay. I can still check, but not win that pawn. So let's take off this pawn because I think I'm still ahead over here. Now, of course, I'm threatening that pawn. I'm threatening a check. I'm threatening a check here, which I think will win this pawn. Their D pawn. Depends on what they do, but oh, they moved a pawn forward. Let's check here. Then I can win this pawn. Unless they put their king there, which they might. They did that. Okay, let's check here. They went back. Let's check here and see if we can... No, they're going to block with their bishop. They're not going to... Oh, they let me take the bishop. Check. Now I can, of course, take this pawn and come in here. So if they take there, I'll be okay. But they might push past. They didn't. There we go. And check. Let's line up our rook with that pawn there. Oh, okay. Let's come this way. Thinking about checking down here. Okay, they found a way around that. Well, now I can take this pawn. And check. Check. I think they have to block with the rook, and then I have, yeah. Okay, well, that took a lot of moves, 40 moves, but we did okay. Is it worth running the game review? It can't hurt, can it? Let's run the game review. Does that fit on the screen? Oh, the progress bar is a little cut off. Let's move that. Okay, I said the progress bar, but the eval bar was a little cut off, but it's there now. Okay, I played very well. I had no mistakes, no misses, no blunders, only 3 inaccuracies. The only time I was ever even close to being behind was about... right there. Why won't it let me click on it? There it goes. Okay, that was apparently, that wasn't even inaccurate, but my opponent had a very slight advantage, so they must have been playing perfectly up to that point. Oh, I should have just gone ahead with c4. Well, I considered that. I didn't have a chance to say everything that was flitting through my brain, but I decided on this to help support the center pawn, but the center pawn is already protected twice, so I guess I could have just played c4. That makes sense. And that didn't set me back a lot. They needed to develop a piece here. But that's when okay, I wondered about that. That was a mistake and I was supposed to take it. Okay, and then according to the graph, I was ahead the rest of the way. Yeah, that was right there. Okay, I did say I have 2 great moves. What was my other great move? It was after they castled kingside, and was it my great move to take that? Okay, because before they castled, I was only up plus 1.4, 1.5. And when they castled, I was up almost plus 5 if I would take that knight. It's the only move. But I thought it was, and again, yeah, it did come down to this right here, because there was nothing that they could do about that. So once I took the knight, which was the only other thing protecting here, they should have taken this with the queen. Either way, I was going to get this knight, but they didn't have to have their queen in the crossfire, so it was not among their 3 best moves to take with the rook. And this, of course, was a fork. Their best move was to get the queen out and let me have the rook, but they messed that up too. That's all I wanted to check to make sure that I did the best thing there. I say let's play another one because I'm above 700. Of course, if I lose the next 2 or lose one and draw one, I'll probably end this video below 700 again. Let's hope that doesn't happen. I'm going to click New 3-2. I do keep looking over there to check to see that I'm still recording. Okay, this time I'm going to play the Caro-Kann Defense and we'll trade. Oh, I had another one that didn't trade there. Interesting. And I know I'm supposed to play E6. I'm also supposed to move this pawn up. Let's do this and then move the pawn up. Okay. They've done that. I'm going to get my knight out. Then I think I can take this knight and then the pawn. Okay. Actually, that didn't work out like I had hoped. Okay. Why didn't it work out like I had hoped? I don't know. I think I miscalculated that. But every Caro-Kann is just slightly different, especially after 3 or 4 moves. Okay. That's just defending the pawn, but it's not attacking my queen. Course, and it does give up this pawn, but is this the time where I'm not supposed to take that pawn? What do they do if I take that pawn? Assume they would get the knight out, but then that would block the queen from defending the center pawn. I'm just not sure I'm going to get this out this way and not waste any more time. My opponent still has almost 3 minutes left, so I do not have a time advantage in this one. I'm going to attack the bishop and the pawn. Now I have 3 attackers on their d pawn. don't know if they can add another defender to it. They might just give it up. That happens sometimes. But I also don't want to take the pawn while their bishop is there because, of course, then my queen is pinned. So if they leave the bishop there, I'm definitely going to trade off for the bishop and then take, okay. And then, are they aiming for my queen? I think they're aiming for my queen. But I'm going to take the bishop. And they did that. And now, of course, they do have another defender on that. So there's nothing I can do about that except get this bishop out here somewhere. Where? Well, let's go there and then castle. Of course, they might aim for my queen, in which case I will pull it back slightly. They did not. Okay. They're going to wait on that. I'm going to castle first, but I do expect their knight to come over here pretty soon to a4. Because I know they don't like my queen being there, but I don't like my queen being there either because it's not coming through this way anymore. Yeah, that's what I figured. I do not want to put it here behind this knight. I suppose I could move it up or here, but I'm not going to. I'm going to bring it all the way back and then maybe go this way. They may be trying to get their knight in there, and if so, I might trade for it and leave them with the double isolated pawns in the center. Oh, are they coming around this way? Okay. Or were they thinking I was about to go do something here? I don't know, but I know I don't want to push this pawn just yet. Or this one. Actually, that one would be okay. This one I think would be okay because my queen is guarding that square for the knight to hop in. And then this also gives me a place to put my bishop. Oh, they put their bishop. Wasn't that where it was? Okay. I just want to put my bishop back in this way to help guard this. Or maybe eventually bring it around this way because I have no idea. Ooh, they're coming after this pawn. Interesting. Can I just take that? But then they put their bishop here and that fixes their doubled pawns problem. I don't know. No idea. I guess I'll just take if they take. And then they've fixed their double pawn problems and they're still a little bit ahead on time. This opponent is rated in the middle of the 700s, which I should be better than, but obviously I'm not. My rating keeps staying this low. And I do have oh, they've protected that pawn. Okay. I don't know what else to do, so I'm coming after their knight. Here in a little bit, I was thinking about throwing my F pawn forward, but I don't know. I figured they would come in here at some point and really don't know what to do about it. But I do have to keep moving occasionally because of time pressure. So, well, they did take that. I will take that with my knight, I guess. And then if they want to, we can trade there. They did want to. Well, we did that then. That has happened. I guess I could go here, but no, that doesn't help anything. But that was originally what I was talking about, was trying to get my bishop on this long diagonal. Okay, that is aiming for this pawn, is it not? It is. Okay, well, I can't protect that pawn without putting my queen in danger, so I can do this. I was trying to think of a way to protect that pawn with my queen, but yeah, their knight was ready for that. Okay. Nothing's protecting the other pawn now. Oh, okay. Not sure what to do about that. I guess we could let the rook in. I don't want to take it, but you know what? Go for it. I'm trying not to run out of time is what I'm doing. Okay. We've done that and that. I need to give myself a getaway square for the king, don't I? Which pawn should I do? This one? I don't know. G or H? I have no idea. Okay, that settled it because the queen went onto a light square diagonal. Again, trying to stay ahead on time. I assumed that, I thought they were going to push that to attack that pawn, but they didn't. So what should I do? I guess I can put another attacker on that pawn. Oh, I'm slightly ahead on time for the first time in this game. Oh, I'm also attacking that pawn depending on where they put their rook. Oh, they did that? Well, that gives me this pawn. Was that a bad idea? Hopefully that's not a bad idea. Their queen has been threatened. Where's it going to go? It went there. Okay, I need to bring this back then and probably protect it at some point, some way. Okay. Let's just go here. And then I suppose I'll threaten their queen again. Oh, then, yeah, let's just do that to stay ahead on time. They didn't want to go for that. Okay. They're probably going to move that pawn forward. I don't know. Nope, they didn't. They're going after that rear pawn. Okay. I'm going to protect the rear pawn. And, ooh, I don't know what to do. I know they want to move that pawn forward. You know what? I got to give them the other pawn. I don't want to run out of time. They did that. Okay. Then, I'm still giving them the other pawn. Oh, they took it. Okay. They didn't take it, I mean. But they can now. I won on time. Oh, and I was behind according to that bar. Well, usually I try to play 3 or 4 Blitz games in these videos, but I think since I just won 2 in a row and I finally broke 700 after how many of these videos, I'm going to leave it. But I am going to run the game review really quick to see if there was one move or if it was just a bunch of mistakes. Sometimes it's one move that put me behind. Here it was several. Okay, that makes it a lot harder to evaluate. I had 4 mistakes. No misses or blunders, but I did have a great move again. Where was my great move? Was it when they gave up that pawn? It was. Okay, that was a great move, according to this column here. I won material by capturing a pawn. Oh, wow. Yeah, so apparently they were way ahead at that point already. They were already up plus 2.5, almost plus 3, but almost plus 5 according to the game review, and they should have just played e6. That's not e6. This is e6, or d5, or rook to d2. That's what I thought they were going to play. I thought they were going to play rook to d2, and I didn't know what to do after that. I was just trying to play quickly at this point. But that was a blunder, which they spent 11 seconds on. Well, no, 13 seconds, because we had the plus 2 increment. And I was definitely supposed to take it, although I could have taken it with my queen. That was my second best move. Or I could have just put my rook in front of it, and we would have been very close to even. But that was great, but they were still ahead. Did I never had a lead? I had a very slight lead very early here, according to the graph. Very slight. They should have played knight to c3, and they did. Okay, I should have taken the pawn here, but I didn't want to pin my queen. Oh no, I should have taken this way. Really? And it says they would have taken, but I don't think they would have. I would have gone up a pawn. Yeah, see, if they had taken... Okay, now it's saying that they shouldn't... Oh, it's changing its mind. Stockfish is going back and forth. That is still their top move. No, I'm reading that wrong. Their top move is to take this pawn with their bishop. Really? Bishop captures d5, and it says I would take back with my pawn, probably, and then they would play knight to a4. Or bishop to h5 now is their second best move, and taking this knight is third. I don't know which one they would have played had I taken that pawn with the correct knight, because backing up, yeah, it was not nearly as good to take with the other knight, which is probably the one that I would have taken with. But instead here, I took the bishop, which was inaccurate, and put us back to even. That's a mistake. That's more than inaccurate. We're at minus 0.8 here, almost, and now we're very close to 0, minus 0.2. That's a 0.6 change. That's almost a mistake. Wow. And that's the only lead I had, according to this graph. Okay, well, how did I give it away? As late as here, we were just close to even, and I should have played queen to d3. Wow. But I played my third best move, so that's not where I lost it. They moved their king. We're close to even. I should have played h5. I didn't think about that, but that was a mistake. It's still just plus 1, though. But then that was a miss, so we're back to near even. And I should have played rook to c6. Oh, trying to get in here maybe? Or to keep that pawn from coming down? Rook to c6 or rook to c2 to target their a pawn. But instead I did that, trying to keep this pawn from coming down. But that allowed them to come in here, but it's still just plus 1. Oh, and then I made a mistake by going there. I should have just gone to e7. So going back to c8 was a mistake. Well, I'm not going to dive too deep into that because these were just for fun. And also, I don't know that I would be able to understand the intricate differences between those two moves in just a couple of minutes, which is about all the time that I would have to spend here anyway. I'm glad I won the games, and I'm glad that you chose to spend your time here. I'll see you next time.